Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and just so you see here, we've got, we're still about a month or so, Kerbal time, away from Jool, and as I thought, we have an encounter with Moon that would toss us out of the system, which is something I don't really want right now. So we are going to change that. We're actually going to do a little burn here. It is a minor little 58 meter per second burn right at periapsis to get us a Moon encounter that'll actually be a close one, which is cool. That will also give us a wider orbit than the one we have currently that'll allow us to spend more time out there. I tried to make it as flat as possible, but it's just not happening, so I figured I'd just go with it. Should be doing this in map mode. I could already stop if I wanted to. I could stop anytime I want to, man. Oh yeah, the turning circle on this guy is atrocious. But that's about what I want. What I really, really want. That's all for him, though. He's going to go into Moon's sphere of influence here. And now we're a mere 4 days from the Flash, and we're guaranteed this to take 31 days. And that's when we're reaching Jool, and we're not going to encounter Moon in 31 days. So therefore, that means we're going to Jool today, which everybody should be happy about. So let's take care of the Flash first, and then let's head out to Jool. I don't even remember what this is. Is this his eject? Oh, I remember what this is. I'm actually or no, this is just never mind. This isn't anything crazy. This is just to get me in equatorialness, so that we match up with the planets when we eject ourselves from Eve. Should be perfect. Oh, no. I'm sorry. This doesn't get us equatorial. This gets us matching with Gilly. Because, now I remember, we took some Gilly science. We have so much fuel left that I figured it would be a shame to not actually go back to Gilly to get that science, because Gilly's so easy to get to. So, Soups, you have an extended mission here. Okay, that's a Gilly encounter. And it's a pretty good one, so we're going to go with it. We'll just wait till we're in the sphere of influence, and we'll aim ourselves at it and do the whole landing thing. It looks like there's an upgrade available to Kerbal Alarm Clock. I'm probably never going to actually install that upgrade, because we're just keeping everything the way it is on this. Okay, then the next thing to happen is this here. But let's head back to the Space Center. Yeah, we're going to plant a flag on Gilly. We are going to... Not going to plant a flag on Eve, that's for sure. We're going to explore Gilly, though. Those are the big ones. And science data from space around Gilly. We're going to get that, too. Might as well. That way, we're going to plant a flag. We're going to explore it. And by exploring it, we're going to do this science data. Transmit or recover scientific data from space around Gilly. Okay, hello, Gilly. I think we're just going to... I would like to be on the sunny side of the street. And actually, honestly, instead of doing this, I think I'm just going to try to land somewhere. So, ignore this. Let's just stop ourselves. Oh, let's stop thrust limiting our engine. Let's stop ourselves here, relative to Gilly. And then we're just going to aim, say... Why not at this flat plane right here? Let's go into chase mode. Let's aim ourselves right at this flat plane. And go, say, 50 meters per second towards it. And then turn ourselves around. What is that? Does Gilly have, I saw a little flashy thing down there, and I don't think stuff is loaded. Does Gilly have any Easter eggs? We're going to find out. Other than that, Whatever that is. Okay, we should probably slow it down here. Oh, Gilly, you are so easy to land on. We might just be really close to the North Pole, for all I know. That looks like just a tear in the seam of the universe here. Which those things scare me. Yeah, I think it's just a tear in Gilly. Yeah, you can see stars through it. So yeah, that's just a tear in the universe. We'll just land down next to this rock here. Take a yet another surface sample. And plant yet another flag. Even though it doesn't help us because we have so much money, the ship's here. It would be stupid not to. This is just a cash grab. Take your surface sample and your EVA report, even though we don't need them. We don't have a lot of electric charge, but we might as well. Let's collect all the data into here. And then let's review all of our data. And then let's transmit... Oh, wait, no. There we go. Transmit this. Transmit this. See, I do sometimes use the antennae that you guys put on here. Yeah, and we completed 4 contracts, which is pretty freaking sweet, in my opinion. Look at where we are. We're actually perfectly set now. If we go directly east, which is this way on the nav ball, we can actually rotate this guy, so that is east. Then we are in a great orbit around. Well, actually, we're not in a great orbit around Eve. We're actually ejected from Eve. We actually burned so much we're ejecting from Eve, not just Gilly. That is a bit ridiculous. Okay, so let's actually burn this way. And then we are going to Jool. Okay, you can barely see it, but Jool is right there. And we are going to enter his sphere of influence. He's nothing to see. If you're watching this at 1080, you can't even see the moons going around it. At least I can't, and I'm obviously watching it at 1080. But here comes the sphere of influence change. Bam! We are officially in Jool's sphere of influence. And we have this burn already set up. But it's actually in 9 days, so there's nothing to do except for wait for the next guy to come in. So let's go ahead and... Tell you what, I'll do these, and we'll come back when the Zilla launcher's actually doing his burn. Okay, now that we're coming in here, we need to decide who does what. This guy obviously is made to land somewhere. He's got 3 big engines, or 3 mid-size engines. He's got... this last stage has 3 grand of Delta V. So he could probably land on Tylo. It is called Zilla. I might need to go back and look and see what he said about it, but that would require, you know, planning. Oh, and we're already getting contracts. Achieve orbit around Eve complete. We've gotten that like 4 times. Transmit or recover scientific from space around Jool complete. And before we do anything else, I just realized we should probably check out our contracts again. Explore Pole, we should probably take that. Science data from space around Jool, we should definitely take that. Just watching ourselves flip around lathe. And perfect. That is... Oh, wait. Yeah, that should be fine. 600 and some odd meters over Jool. We'll get low over Jool science from that. And then we can worry about intersecting Tylo when the time comes. So you are good. Now it's time for Low-Tech to Jool to do his duty. I said duty. Okay, he's got a day to go. And we've got basically the same issue here, that we want to be correctly set up to see what we're doing on lathe. Okay, let's go ahead and do this burn. Whoa, that burn was a lot faster than I thought it would be. Not that it matters that much, but let's go ahead and swing around here and do at least a little bit of slowdown. Yeah, I'm really liking that I figured out how to use lathe this way. Because I hate arrow braking, even with the trajectories thing. Yeah, see, the problem is we're not getting a Jool thing, but that is getting really close to lathe, which is kind of cool. And then we can fix things when we get out there. Although honestly, now that I've done it, although no, that's actually pretty good. That gets us pretty far out. Oh, the Duna Kerbin eject is coming up soon. Trez Voyager, read the note. That's hilarious. But the next thing to happen is this guy. So we're going back to Eve here. We're just going to do this burn here to get our orbit lined up with the planets. Roughly. There you go. That's good enough. So now when we have our Eve eject, which is this, EDC from Eve to Kerbin, then it will, then he'll be set up to do something good. Okay. Now, let's read this note. Doesn't get an encounter on the next orbit, but the orbit after that. Aha. Well, let's go ahead and take care of this guy. And then we're going to come back from Duna, apparently. This is an interplanetary potpourri mission. Now, this tank is almost done. I forgot how huge this guy was. I'm going to turn off my RCS. There's no sense using it. I forgot how massively huge this ship was. It's kind of a shame it's getting used on Drez, but hey, what are you going to do? Somebody's got to go there. This burn is not going to get an encounter this orbit. It's going to get one on the orbit after this orbit, apparently. Okay, and in about 190 meters per second, we're going to have to dump this fuel tank here. Look at that. That's our acceleration right there. No wonder it's taken forever to do this burn. That's awesome, though. That's nukes. And it's interplanetary, so who cares? Okay, we have zeroed out our meters per second according to the node. Let's see if that actually gets us what we want here. So yeah, it's not this orbit, but the next one. And look at that. Next orbit, we have an encounter. If we just drop a maneuver node, we have an encounter with Drez. So, we're going to leave this maneuver node here. There, another read the note. Read the note in 3 years. You guys got a long way to go. Artos, Artemis, and Shiva. You guys are the most intrepid explorers ever, and you have this lab, which we're probably not going to even use. Okay, let's head to Duna, shall we? Yes, and around Duna, close your landing gear. Were you born in a barn? Around Duna, we have 2 ships. We've got this guy here, which is orbiting Duna. This is the guy who had landed on Duna and survived. DS, welcome back to being talked about in the show. But we've got a mere 4 days here, so we're going to start planning our return to Kerbin. And we're going to do that here. Somewhere, yeah, we want to slow down, so somewhere around here. There we go. Kerbin encounter, and it's in the 4 days and 5 hours-ish that it happens. All we need is the encounter. We don't care about much else. But we also need to jump to the other ship. Because this is the first half. Remember, this was the ship that split into 2. So Maridel's Duna Ike combo. You guys with your landing gear. Nathan. Did you forget that you were in this ship? I know I did. You have an interesting problem in that you need to eject backwards like this. And if we do it fast enough, you're just going to leave Ike. This is probably not even close to the way to do it. There you go. Yeah, you know what? We're going to let you inject right now. That's in 26 minutes. And then the other guy's going to leave, and this is only a 875 meter per second burn, so we have plenty of fuel. This is probably not the correct way to eject from Eve, but hey. We got the fuel, who cares? Okay, and I just remembered, let's review stored data here. Go ahead and transmit this. Make sure you have... Get you turned so when you do come into the sun, you'll have that. Let's go ahead and transmit this and keep this. And I think... Oh, yeah, look at all those contracts we just got. You successfully explored Ike! Yay! 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 Oh, yeah, we're going to be unlocking all kinds of stuff at the end of this episode. Okay, 875 is maybe 3/5 of this. And it's about that. So we'll say it's half of 2 minutes. So it's probably going to take us about a minute. So when we get down to 30 seconds, I'm going to crank up the engines here. Or 23 seconds, whatever. It's not like this is a precision thing or anything. Looks like you are... No, you're not slightly offset. All we're doing is watching for... It'll probably be right at this ascending node here. And we're just bringing these guys together, and... Kerbin encounter. Bye-bye, Ike. You have treated us very well. You've got to get yourself aimed at this maneuver node. And while we're at it, make sure you collected all your data. You did. Let's go ahead, and you have a 600 meter per second burn. You've got roughly the same amount of things, so it's probably going to be about 40 seconds or so. So we'll go down to about 20. Or 4, you know. Because, again, this doesn't matter. There's that. Now all we got to do is burn forward just a little bit. There, Kerbin encounter, that's all I care about. We'll fix the rest later, and we've got a whole 600 meters per second to do it. Okay, now we can make sure his solar panel is facing the sun. Now I'm going to keep everything that doesn't, and we're going to transmit everything that's worth 100% transmit. Going to say goodbye to Duna for the final time. Now, I'm going to actually keep with this guy until he leaves the sphere of influence, because I got one more task for him. What I want to do here is right here at our halfway point, we're going to go, and I'm hitting the minus orbit, so we're on the current orbit, because Kerbal Space Program loves to screw with that for you. Then we're going to focus on Kerbin, and then we're going to check out our encounter. See, our encounter is pretty garbagey right now. So if we normal minus, that'll bring us down. That might be all we need to do. Not quite. And then if we fiddle with prograde, we'll eventually get something good. Maybe radial. There we go. That's an encounter. That'll work. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other ship. Although this guy's Kerbin encounter is pretty awesome. And he's got a grand left. So I think we're just going to leave him be. And, woo, we're good. The Tylo ship is going to be in Jool's Sphere of Influence soon, but I think that's going to be for next episode. Let's instead go back to the Space Center, and let's check out what we can mine with our 1585 science that we got from all this stuff. Let's go ahead and research this. Let's research this. We're finally getting these plane parts now that I'm not taking any more ships. Sorry, Nathan. Let's research this, and I think one more. Yeah, let's research this. We can do ions now, which is awesome. So next episode's probably going to be mostly Jool stuff. Really, when it comes down to it, we just need to bang out Jool, and then we're actually almost done. Of course, we got to launch the last few ships. We've got now that we've unlocked a bunch of stuff, we've got even more things we can do. The flying brick we've actually already done. We actually have to eject that asteroid. We should probably have the Jool window set up. So I'll do that before next episode. The rest of these things look like they all contain too many parts. Did we ever do this guy? Because he's available now. No, we never did launch this guy, and I wanted to. You know what? Let's finish this episode off with this guy, because all he can do is get into orbit, and I'm dying to see how he works. Okay. We are going to turn on the computer because I have no idea what's going on with this guy. Staging looks good. We're basically just going to, in 3, 2, 1, launch. And he's loud. Oh, and I apparently am the one who gets to launch this, but this is just for fun anyway, so I'm not going to... Apparently we got to watch the RCS here. because this thing doesn't show us RCS per stage. That's kind of funny. Probably after we dump this guy, we'll start our gravity turn here. Give or take. Yeah, definitely we got to start our gravity turn. Whoa, this guy's crazy. I got to admit, it's doing a pretty good job here. But here we go. Here goes this one, and each stage lasts a little bit longer than the stage before it, but has a little bit worse thrust to weight ratio because we're losing engines, but we're also dumping mass. I gotta admit, this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying this. Oops, I forgot to dump that when I was watching my apoapsis and spot on the nav ball. We are running very low on fuel. If we get to the point where we have to decide between... Actually, I don't need this anymore because I can just watch this. If we get to the point where we have to decide between getting into orbit and not, I'm going to pick not because I don't want to have to push this guy out of orbit or something crazy like that. But I think we have enough delta V. I mean, this thing is reading the delta V, and we got plenty. Oh yeah, we're doing good. I think we'll just use these science experiments wherever we end up landing. Okay, we are in space. Let's try this trajectories mod out here. Yeah, it's been giving me these errors lately, and I don't know what they are, or what they're for, or anything. But I think we need to burn south. That's north. We need to burn south. And also a little more prograde. To kind of get us in the center of this fat continent here. And then we're just going to land here in the dark and recover him and see what happens. Yeah, this guy didn't make orbit, but he could have easily. With 1,500 delta V left, he could have gone to moon maybe even. So this thing has more delta V than Kerbal Engineers said it did. We could actually probably do a soft landing. A parachute-less landing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try... Actually, let's turn on the computer. Oh my god, this is so hard to do. I'm going to try to get to that lake. Okay, this chase cam isn't helping at all. I don't know where I am. Okay, we need to get aimed at the lake. Not like we're on a time limit here. Because this lake will give us splash down in the Highlands science. We are almost out of electric charge, too. So we think we just need to use up all the monoprop and hope. Oh, it's so hard to keep going in the same direction. Looks like we're probably not going to make it here. Yeah. Oh well, we tried. I seriously doubt we even need Highland science. Oh look, there's a solar panel on here. Not that the solar panel would have helped in the dark like we are, but hey. Hopefully this thing won't blow up when it hits. It didn't. And look at that. Material study. We apparently never got a material study from here before. Let's go ahead and observe the two goos. Even though they're not worth very much. Woohoo! 86 science. Yay! Okay. That is definitely it. I hope you enjoyed watching this Interplanetary Potpourri episode. It was crazy. We did everything. We even did Kerbin in this one. The only thing we didn't do was Elu and Moho. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching it. Definitely enjoyed playing it. I'm Fifth Horseman, and I will... as always, talk at you later.